So the next monitor I want to show you that's new for 2011 is the LVM-074W. The LVM-074W is actually a complete redesign of the LVM-071W, which has been a very popular field production monitor for us. What we did with this monitor is like the VFM series. We are using a magnesium alloy casing. This brings the total weight of the display without stand and battery back to about 600 grams. So this is now a light enough monitor to be used as a viewfinder on many digital cinema cameras. So as a result of that, we've added some features that make the monitor useful in addition to the features it had as a 7.1. We made a lot of features that make it useful for mounting on the camera and using with HDSLRs and other compact digital cinema cameras. Some of those features include DSLR scale. We have a loop-through feature. When you come in HDMI, you can actually loop that signal out HD SDI, and that's a true conversion pass-through. So, in other words, if you come in 1920 by 1080 HDMI, you'll come out 1920 by 1080 HD SDI, or whatever resolution we're coming in at. One of the things that's different about this display in the VFM is that this display has a lot more tactile functions. In other words, we have rotary knobs for brightness, contrast, volume, and this can also be pre-programmed for function number 5. And then we can also go through different menu controls here. We also added 4 function keys on the front panel. And what this allows you to do is, if there are popular features like waveform vector, Y-level check, luminance and chroma check, the DSLR scaling feature, any of these, you can program into these 4 different user programmable buttons, as well as the function 5 key, and be able to access them quickly while you're working in the field. And that makes the monitor extremely flexible for a lot of different uses. We also have horizontal and vertical flip, and we have mounting points on 3 sides of the monitor, so that this monitor can be used for Steadicam operators and any operator where they need to change the actual position of the display and still be able to view the image in the proper angle. Another really unique feature to this monitor that we haven't really seen anywhere else, and we're really happy to introduce with this, is it's a feature called temperature adaptive color. And what that refers to is that we use a thing called a color fast sensor that's actually mounted on the LCD panel itself. And what this is for is that when LCDs or any monitor are first turned on, it takes them between 15 and 20 minutes to actually stabilize the color. And what the color fast sensor does is it tracks that process of warming up, and from the time it's turned on until it warms up, adjusts the chroma and luminance so that you've got accurate color from the moment you turn the monitor on until it stabilizes. What it's also helpful for is when you take the monitor into extreme conditions, whether it's extreme cold or extreme heat, it will take that into account and measure the temperature at the panel, and if it's changing the color characteristics, will adjust for that automatically. So that is, again, a feature that's unique to the LVM-074W. The last feature, and actually this is probably one of the most important features of the LVM-074W, is that the previous panel in our 7-inch was 800 by 480 resolution. This panel is 1024 by 600. Now that's not a huge jump, but it's very significant, and the reason it is that in the video processing chip, at 800 by 480 resolution, motion adaptive deinterlacing does not kick in. And what I mean by that, motion adaptive deinterlacing, for those of you who don't know what that is that in interlaced material, the processing chip will compare the frames immediately before and immediately after to determine how to best send a deinterlaced image out for progressive. That doesn't actually work at 800 by 480 resolution with our previous monitor. So with the LVM-074W and the higher resolution screen, that function now works well, and we get a much more smooth, crisp, and fast image than we did with our previous display. And as we move over here to the LVM-074W-M, what we did here was the same thing. We had an 800 by 480 panel in our original display, and the new -M version is a 960 by 540 display. So by getting above that 800 by 480 threshold, the motion adaptive deinterlacing kicks in, and we get a much sharper picture. So that's what's new to the LVM-091.